Welcome back and good morning. I'm joined by Dr. Casey Harbine of St. Pat's for another edition of Morning Rounds. Thanks for waking up with us today.
Yeah, you bet.
Interesting topic we have for you this morning, climate change and health. So, climate change is a big topic. Let's just address first question, as far as climate change and health, what is climate change?
Well, when we talk about climate change, we're essentially talking about how humans' impact on the climate leads to an increase in the average daily temperature. And this not only can maybe change, how hot it is, but it actually can affect weather patterns, giving us more extreme weather patterns. But it's a little bit different than, say, talking about El Nino or La Nina and things like that, though climate change certainly can affect the frequency in which we see those patterns.
So how does climate change affect our health?
Well, it's interesting. Actually, just when you think about warmer days, obviously we worry about heat-related illnesses. Elderly and children are much more at risk, particularly when we see prolonged periods of high heats.
We've been having, yeah.
Right, which we've been having, and that is anticipated to happen with more frequency. But then, it actually can affect respiratory illnesses. So it can affect the amount of pollen, leading to increased pollen, more allergy problems, more development potentially of asthma and things like that. Increase in carbon dioxide promotes weed growth, which actually carry with it allergens. And then, of course, in western Montana, forest fires.
Right.
Increasing frequency, a longer forest fire season really does lead to increased respiratory illnesses. Increasing temperature of the water can promote waterborne illnesses, so Giardia, Cryptosporidium. It can actually affect certain vector illnesses such as tick illnesses, and so maybe the spread of Lyme-carrying ticks might grow and things like this. And then, of course, globally, we worry about food insecurity and water scarcity. And this can really destabilize communities' civilization, lead to unrest and even violence and outbreak of wars.
So what are some things that we can do to help?
Well, I think the first thing is to be informed. And when we inform ourselves, then work to educate others. Think about what you can do individually, decreasing your reliance on fossil fuels, using public transportation, keeping your car in good working order, making sure your air filter's clean, and things like this can really actually help as well. Unplugging electrical devices when they're not in use. And then get involved in your community and be a part of community decisions and vote.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Morning Rounds. If you have a question you'd like us to tackle in Morning Rounds, you can just email it to us, information right there, morningrounds@kpax.com.